Viewers, you will not believe that thousands of years ago, when the whole universe was formed, very dangerous creatures attacked all the planets. They had the power to evolve themselves with the passage of time. For example, they did not have healing power, but while fighting, they learned to heal. However, where there is evil, goodness also emerges. A team named the Internals, who possessed very different types of powers, fought against these creatures and saved humans. But what if these creatures copied their fighting techniques? Now, it remains to be seen whether the Internals will be able to defeat the leader of these creatures and whether they can stop a massive monster growing inside the Earth. We will also try to help defeat the creatures by joining forces with the Internals. Here, we are shown the meaning of time when ancient people used to live. They survived by eating meat and fish. One day, these same dangerous creatures attacked. They were strange in appearance and attacked a man, devouring him completely. Now, it was the turn of the Eternals. However, when the creature was about to attack a girl, someone killed it from a distance. A member of the Eternal team arrived and kept killing the creatures using his powers. Krish had superhuman stamina and could fly fast in the air, allowing him to eliminate the creatures swiftly. But then, more creatures arrived and continued attacking the people. The rest of the Eternal team members joined the battle, each possessing unique power and stamina, which they had gained after years of hard work. The Eternal team started killing the creatures one by one and succeeded in defeating them because the creatures had not yet evolved. It took time for them to evolve, and the Internals took advantage of this. However, the people became even more afraid of the Internals after witnessing their power. A team member named Break had the ability to control anyone's mind and command them as he wished. Break started controlling the minds of the people and reassured them that the Internals were not their enemies but had come to help them. After this, the Internals began living among humans and remained on Earth. The team of Internals not only saved humans from the creatures, but also helped them advance their technology. However, humans being humans soon started fighting among themselves. Sometimes, Break had to intervene by controlling their minds. The leader of the Internals, Ajak, told his team that the celestial god who created them had sent them to Earth only to increase the human population and kill those creatures. Apart from this, the Internals were not allowed to interfere in human affairs, and this was their principle. However, after some time, Ajak informed his team that they were now free to live as they wished and go wherever they desired, because the creatures were completely defeated. Abe should also get a chance to live his life. So, all the Internals left and started living in different countries across the Earth. Now, 5,000 years have passed, but the age of any Internal is not fixed since they are all immortal. However, they can still die. Here, we are introduced to one Internal named Circe. She was a teacher in the city, educating children who were late for their class. Circe asked one of her friends to watch over the children for a while and quickly rushed to her class, where her friend was taking care of them. She thanked her friend George, and it seemed they were very close. After this, Circe started her class and began teaching. Suddenly, an earthquake struck, causing everything to shake. A statue was about to fall on a student, but Circe used her power to transform it into soil, saving the children. This revealed that Circe had the ability to convert anything into soil. That same night, Circe was having fun when another Internal named Sprite joined her. Sprite had the power to take the form of any human. She appeared very young, and because of this, no one took her seriously. So, she would often transform into a beautiful girl and go on dates with boys. After the party ended, Circe and Sprite left with George. However, the same old creature suddenly appeared and started attacking them. Circe told everyone to run and used her powers to trap the creature in the ground, giving them a chance to escape. However, she was terrified because these creatures had been completely destroyed 5,000 years ago, yet now they had returned. The creature managed to free itself and chased after them. To escape, Sprite created multiple copies of herself, confusing the creature. However, the creature possessed high intelligence and successfully identified the real Sprite. It ran after her and was about to kill her when Krish arrived. He used a laser bomb to attack the creature. Krish noticed that the creature had a healing power. It was regenerating its wounds, which was a rare ability. After recovering, the creature attempted to attack Krish, but Krish was much stronger. He continued his relentless attacks, and after falling into the water, the creature fled. Here we come to know another thing. Krish was married 5,000 years ago, and they loved each other very much. But after some years, Krish leaves Jersey. He leaves forever, and Cersei is left alone. She tells George everything, that they are all Eternals, and that they have different types of powers. But he asks that before this, many creatures had come to Earth. Then, where were they all? In response to this, Cersei tells George that the celestial god who had sent them had only given permission for those creatures to die, and apart from this, no one could interfere in any of the affairs of humans. She says goodbye to George and leaves from there with her friends. They reach their leader, Ajax, because they had to tell their leader that those creatures have returned. Just when Cersei and the rest of them reach there, they see that their leader, Ajax, is lying on the ground. She is very injured and about to die. She understands that the creature must have killed her. After Ajax dies, a golden ball comes out of her body, which goes into the body of Cersei, who could now talk to her celestial god. Cersei and the rest decide to assemble their entire team because the creatures have returned with double the power, so they have to stop them somehow. Here, they all come to their teammate, whose name was Kingo. He had the power to shoot small bullets from his hands because he generated a lot of power. He had become a big actor and had worked in many movies till now. They ask Kingo to come with them, but he tells them that he has signed many movies and is completely busy. However, when Kingo comes to know about the death of their leader, Ajax, he is very shocked. After this, Kingo convinces his manager, who also comes with him. They were in Kingo's private jet and headed towards Australia, where 2 more of their teammates were. When they reach Australia, they find a rich man dead there. They understand that their 2 friends could be somewhere nearby. Kingo's manager had brought a camera with him and was shooting everything as if a movie was playing. They all reached their team member, whose name was Gilgamesh. When Gilgamesh also comes to know that their leader has been killed, he also becomes very sad. After this, they go to another teammate whose name was Thena. She was sitting under a tree and drawing something. Thena, as usual, had a seizure, and during the seizure, she could not recognize anyone. She started attacking all the people who came in front of her. Sprite always remained with Thena. Thena could make different types of weapons using her power, and she started attacking everyone in the same way because she was still having a seizure. But Sprite changes the atmosphere there and tells Thena who those people are and why they have come here. Thena calms down and she also gets completely cured. After this, all of them sit and start having dinner. They are meeting again after almost 5,000 years, so they are very happy to see each other. But Thena leaves her food and goes outside where she had been drawing. Now she keeps talking to her celestial gods using Ajax's power. She tells them that the creatures have returned and that they have killed their leader, Ajax, and taken her powers. In response, the gods inform Cersei that all these strange occurrences on Earth are a sign of an impending emergency. Cersei realizes that she and her fellow Eternals had helped cause this situation, but she does not remember anything about it. Next, the team travels to meet their last companion, Druig, who lives in the jungle. While searching for him, they encounter his people. Kingo's manager continues to film everything as if making a movie. Suddenly, they find themselves under attack. The leader of the creatures starts absorbing all the powers of Thena, using her voice to manipulate and weaken her. However, Sprite intervenes, changing the environment around them to break the creature's illusion and remind Thena who she really is. Druig, who lives in the jungle, joins the fight. He was always different from the rest, possessing the ability to control minds. Meanwhile, Cersei learns from Celestial Arishem that all these strange happenings on Earth are signs of an emergency. When she confronts Icarus, he reveals that Ajax knew about the emergency beforehand and wanted to stop it, which led to her being killed. Now, with no other option, Cersei and Icarus form another team. Meanwhile, Kingo gets a new idea. He tells Cersei that the glowing stone in her body could be the key to stopping the emergency. They all then travel to the jungle, where their last companion, Druig, is living. They find him deep in the forest, and as they prepare for their mission, they discover that the leader of the creatures is still alive and continues to pose a significant threat. The battle intensifies when the leader of the creatures attempts to absorb Thena's powers once again. In a shocking moment, the creature even mimics her voice to manipulate her. As the conflict reaches its peak, Cersei steps in, determined to stop the emergence. Just then, she realizes that Icarus was complicit in the whole plan. Ajak had discovered the truth about the emergency before and had wanted to prevent it, but Icarus had other plans. When Ajak tried to stop the process, he had betrayed her, leading to her demise. Left without any other option, Circe, Icarus, and the team rush to their last companion, Druig, who resides in the jungle. They find him there, surrounded by people he appears to be protecting. Using their combined powers, they try to stop the emergency. Kingo's manager, still filming everything, captures their efforts as they work together. As they struggle, Druig's connection with the people he protects becomes evident, and they realize he has a crucial role to play in stopping the unfolding catastrophe. So, what do you think of this story? Let us know in the comments.